Welcome to episode 8 of the Peach Pod, where we got to sit down with the 2024 League MVP, RJ3 of the Mississippi Panthers, hosted by Protagonist Apparel, where we are unfiltered, unstoppable, and unapologetic. My name is Lexi Floor. As always, I'm hosting with
Amanda Congialdi,
and we're here to talk about all things women's tackle football. Let's get into it.
So the first episode I watched was the episode that she was on here talking about, WNFC and the WFA together. So
got a lot of heat for that one.
That was the one. Yeah,
got some heat for that one. We made sure we had this. We had RJ planned for quite a while, probably since we started, right? When we were getting our list together of guests, and we waited for this day because we wanted you to come here so bad.
It was mostly because we were talking shit on the four-way ambassador call.
Oh my
god.
And
that just kind of blew up. What was the little dance that you guys, that was like the
touchdown?
Yeah,
they were like
that hanging up.
Yeah,
I have heard nonstop about that. I mean, congratulations on all of your success this season.
What did you think about what did you think about that four-way call? What were your first thoughts?
So truthfully, I'm never really on social media. So It was brought to me by a teammate. So I was just like, what y'all talking about? And then they showed it to me. I'm like, no way. No, they didn't do that. No, they didn't say that. So, yeah.
I mean, that's to be expected, though, if you have the target on your back,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, that was very, like...
It was deep.
It was, yeah.
That was personal.
You had everybody in the league on that call, and they're just like, Mississippi who?
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Who's Mississippi? We're coming for you. Goodbye. And featured is the one who dialed everybody.
Right.
I called everyone. I started the shit, actually. I think
Was it your idea?
In my script, yeah. It was like, can you believe?
Yeah.
So whose idea was that? Was it yours?
Yeah, I wrote that script.
Okay.
She wrote the whole... So how do you feel
you
that...
should be on the next four-way ambassador call.
Yeah, I will.
That's funny. Well, we have... RJ, tell us a little bit about your background, like what led you here, your football journey, all that stuff, for people who don't know you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm RJ Regina Jackson. I started off in the WFA, playing for the Mississippi Royalty. I was a running back initially. I only started playing because Fo kept begging me to come out, and she was just like, if you come and you don't like it, you can just leave. Or if you come and you decide to stay, I'll pay your dues. So I was just like, it was a win-win either way. Yeah. So when I got there, I started liking it and stuff like that, and I didn't think it was what it was because I really thought they were out there killing each other with the pads clacking and stuff. So I was just like, no, I'm not interested because I'm a finesse player. So,
did you have like a flag background?
A little bit. I think when I got introduced to flag, I was kind of like introduced to that maybe like a couple of years before I started tackle.
Well, you had like a big career, like a good time running back. Don't you think that you got hit pretty hard during that
running
season?
Back? Yeah. I think I definitely did. I think I hurt my ankle really bad that season and my groin.
Yeah, I would say that running back is the position that gets hit the hardest almost every single time. So it's funny that you say that you were nervous about getting hit hard, and then I would never play running back. Yeah. There's no way you couldn't pay me. Maybe on a sweep, but I would never go up the middle. Yeah. I'd always bounce to the side. People would be pissed all the time.
I would believe that.
Oh, yeah.
I would 1,000%. This is a person who doesn't want to catch digs because they're over the middle of the field.
That's a little bit different because you get blindsided by a person in the middle.
Absolutely.
I just don't want to... I mean, my body is going in a different direction than my head. I just don't like that. That's the part I don't like of all of it.
Why do you keep ragging her on that? She brings it up every time.
Damn.
Because
I'm going to find something about you, and I'm just
when we play flag, it's every game where it's like, we'll call this one play that is like spot on.
Let me tell you why I don't like... Hold on. Let me just say my piece because we'll just put this to bed. You call that play like 8 times in a row.
Because it's always there 8 times in a row.
And it's not even like a variation.
RJ, if a play is there 8 times in a row and you've played quarterback, and we're going to get into that, would you stop calling it if you...
Hell no.
Okay. All right.
And you got to stop my play, and then if you do that, I'll adjust to something else.
We did get yards. I am specifically remembering, what was it, Level Up? When we played them in, where was that?
Was it the league?
We drove down south somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. It was maybe 8 times where we just down the field. That's just what you threw.
Were they completions?
Over and over again. We did, okay. But right. I had to truck somebody on accident because they were in my way.
Well,
but
that's a message you sent. Good job.
Okay.
You sent the message.
It started to get chippy because we just kept running the digs. I don't know. You know what though? That was the thing that stuck in my head of the time that's why I hate digs.
But if you laid
ran so many, huh?
You ran so many. So she doesn't like her digs. So you've played.
I mean, my digs are crispy though.
They are crispy. That's why you run them.
All of her routes are pretty crispy.
They are crispy.
I've seen her, yeah.
Krispy Kreme. Mm-hmm. So you've played in the WFA. You've played running back.
Mm-hmm.
What else after that?
So after that, I asked Steve to get a team, and we ended up bringing a team to Jackson, Mississippi. And initially, I was supposed to go as a running back, but I ended up switching over to quarterback just simply because we didn't have one. So I just went up to him and told him, hey, look, I'll do it. I'll just go on YouTube and try to find some stuff or whatever and try to figure it out, you know? And that's kind of what I did. Never really had any quarterback help until I met Coach Mike in 2021.
Who you've kind of told me about, yeah.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he's legit.
He really is.
So you've played quarterback, and then you've played running back, and where else?
Too.
Receiver, and where you're at this year?
I'm playing on defense now, safety and some nickel.
That's that multi-purpose player.
Yeah.
What's your favorite position?
Running back for sure.
Oh, really?
You know, I played running back my first year.
Really? Yeah, I know you told me.
So is that?
Yeah.
And receiver. She's played receiver. Look at her.
Receiver.
She has hands, actually.
I do have hands. I don't want to bulk up or anything, but I got some hands.
So why are you not playing running back this year?
Or quarterback?
Why am I not playing those this year? Oh, well, I opted out of quarterback and receiver. I opted out of offense altogether this year. Just a personal decision for me. Made me feel better not to be on that side of the ball. That's all.
Do you mind letting us know why?
Yeah, it's kind of personal.
Okay.
It's a personal
you
thing.
Keep it
I
to
would
yourself?
prefer to, if we were to discuss this, will be at a later date. Maybe after the season's
Rain
over.
check.
And we'll be back. We'll have you back to talk about that.
Personal is personal. That's why it's not publicized.
Yeah.
Wait, so I have a question.
Yeah.
If you were going to build your perfect receiver, like a whole package, like hands, like routes, like IQ, like what would it be?
Quickness. All right. So with hands,
Maria Jackson.
Maria Jackson.
Well, really, mine.
If you,
Because these
so
mugs is sticky, bro.
they are sticky, and I'd put you in there. But say if you can't use yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, Maria Jackson for sure. I would like her frog hands.
Her hands.
Because her hands are sticky. She catches everything.
What about speed?
Speed. I'm not really big on speed when it comes to receiver.
Well,
You know what?
It's an added package.
I feel like, it is nice to have, right? You can just run somebody off, but I don't think it's needed.
It's not necessary.
For real. If you have good enough routes, you do not need to be
Absolutely.
speedy.
But that stretches the field.
Speed.
Like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like if you had the best of both worlds, right? You got the route running, you got the hand, and the speed is an additive. Which speed player would you pick?
Not being able to choose myself, I would use D. Scott speed.
Okay.
Because it's not like hella fast, but it's not slow either. It's kind of like in between, but she has the shiftiness that goes with that speed that she has. You know what I'm saying? And that's easy to get loose from defenders whenever you have that type of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong or whatever. Yeah, running somebody off or whatever, but as a quarterback, if you know somebody has like that dig you love, you know that when she sticks her foot in the ground or whatever, she's definitely going to create that space.
Yep.
So it makes you more comfortable with going ahead and letting that ball go, right? That's why you were so comfortable with Lexi, because you knew once she made that certain at the top of that route, you were just like, yeah, I know she's finna break and I know where she's going to be. So she probably could have threw that mug blind.
That's fair.
To be honest,
and I have actually in practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Huge
You just
no
know
look.
that they're going to be there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's the type of speed and like kind of quickness that you need. Is like, I would definitely take D. Scott's speed and quickness and Maria Jackson's hands for sure.
I'm not mad at that.
That'd be the perfect receiver in my mind.
What about route running?
Route running.
This is all WFA and WNFC, by the way. This
Oh,
is
both?
all of women's
So
football.
anybody. Okay.
Okay. I don't know, man. Lexi runs some good routes, for sure.
Especially
She
Diggs.
definitely does. She runs some really good routes. I don't know. Like, I can't really say. I like Nat's routes too. Nat runs some pretty decent routes too. Dang, that's hard.
Who's an artist at route running?
Artiste.
Who's an artiste?
Yeah.
Who can take him to route school?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Lex for sure.
Route school.
Yeah, gotta go with Lex with the route running for sure.
Okay, so you got MJ with the hands. You got D with the speed and quickness. We'll combine those. You have Lexi with the catching.
Yep.
I'm sorry, you got Lexi with the route running.
Yeah.
Who do you have for catching? I'm sorry.
I got that one.
Catching, we already did that. Leaping ability.
Ooh.
Jumping. Hops.
Yep. Yeah, you got to go with Rashida Young.
Leaping, okay.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, but she's long too. So if am I taking the body stature of Scott or
a radius, like the radius, like leaping
the
ability.
Radius,
yeah, like how they are going up and getting balls.
Natalie Nix.
Getting contested balls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about running after the catch? Some yak.
After the catch. Yeah.
Yak.
Shoot, these guys can do that too.
I was gonna say I would probably take D for that one. Speed. There's so many players who have a lot of speed, but running after catch is like more precious, and I think.
Naisha's pretty good too. Naisha's pretty good after the catch. Her speed is good too. She's really fast.
Yeah. Who does she play for?
She played for us.
So she's naming all of her players. So everybody on my team just combined into one player.
It's not even just that or whatever. Like just being able to see those people personally do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I play defense, so I watch them do those things, and then like the people that we play, I've seen them too. So it's like those two.
Yeah, I like how you said that. Like she's really fast. I'm gonna start saying that now. Yeah, she's really fast.
Put the glasses up. She quick though.
She is.
She a quick.
Have you seen her get off the ball?
No.
Oh my god.
I believe
it.
It's
like the snap of the she's going immediately. Like when the ball is like snap, like she's already fired off. Everybody's still on the line by the time she's off the ball.
So she excels quick.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
I'm gonna have to watch her.
Man, it's crazy.
Send me some clips.
Okay.
I'll watch her. So that's your perfectly made up receiver.
Yes, absolutely.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I like that.
I would definitely, if you were eligible in there.
Well, after what I seen last night, I could probably put Crash in there too, though.
For which attribute?
For Prodigy.
For which attribute? I know Crash.
So I would do the route running with her.
Oh damn! So it's not Lexi.
No.
Damn, she just took Lexi out of the route running.
No. Like. But they're similar. If you go back and look, like I don't know if y'all practice together or whatever. I don't know if you grabbed her by the hand and be like, "This is how you do it," but it looks like that,
She is. If I was gonna say anybody's gonna just dominate, she's so young, 21.
She's 21.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Barely
that
able to drink. She doesn't
Lord.
like alcohol yet.
She doesn't like alcohol yet. That's how you know she's young.
She ain't stressed
shout
out
out to
enough.
her.
But she's on our flag team now. We picked her up with playmakers, so I saw a little glimpse of her.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the full spectrum. I haven't tackled at this point.
Well, she has a collective.
Being the 2 games for the Prodigy.
Yeah. She has the both of them though. She has the speed and the
Yeah,
routes.
she does. She definitely has some speed. She just needs to hold on to the ball a little bit more. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Crash. I'm just kidding, Garrett.
She's not. She's giving you shit.
Sometimes that comes last. If you're if you're not like that athletic person that's, played basketball or, any other sports and stuff like that or whatever, that doesn't really just come natural. That hand-eye coordination is something serious.
Yeah. Lexi knows she had to work. She was like a bum at one point. She was like a 4th stringer.
But she worked on it and got better, though, so she's
I want
good
to say
now.
I always had hand-eye coordination. I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing in football.
Yeah. So do you have any football quirks? Like, do you have anything... Is there anything that you do in practice? Anything you do before a game? I feel like you do.
Why would you feel that?
I just feel like you do.
Do you have special underwear that you wear for every game?
So no, I don't have any special underwear because I don't wear any. Okay. But
balling, free balling.
So I do have to take a shower with Dr. Bronner's peppermint oil, like that peppermint stuff, every single practice. Every single game.
Just clear the senses.
When did
that? And I get in there and I breathe it through and I just relax my mind and stuff like that.
When did that originate? Like, when did you start that?
Ooh, it's been since I've started playing. Actually,
so you've had the same
ritual.
How many years have you been playing?
Ooh, I don't know. Somebody need to look that up because...
When did you start? What year did you start?
I really honestly don't know. I couldn't even give you an answer for that. I don't know when we started with the royalty. I want to say 20...
So you played in the conception of that team? Like the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Year 1?
That was the first year. That was the first year for them. And then Mississippi was next after that. And then we've been playing ever since.
Killing it.
Yeah.
She's been playing and killing it.
How many positions have you played?
Ooh-wee. Running back, quarterback, receiver, now DB, so 4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
And DB.
4.
I've played the same amount.
Oh, yeah.
4.
Sure have.
Twins.
We're twins.
Yep,
Like
twinning.
I'm going to go back to DB,
I've seen you play DB in flag. Remember that?
No, you didn't.
Like a couple of years ago.
When was this?
2
Did I
years
do
ago
well?
in Tampa?
Did I do well?
It was it co-ed?
Oh,
You definitely were it like went past you, didn't even.
No, I wasn't that player. I wasn't that player. Nope.
I was on the sideline too, like, yeah, that's my QB.
First of all, I was
Also, that's
a
my
good
biggest
DB.
pet peeve. If it's not caught and it doesn't have anything to do with you, don't fucking do the belt strap thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's so
Okay.
stupid.
That's crazy.
If it has nothing to do with you. But,
Like if you ain't do nothing.
Yeah,
And you still
it just,
talking
yeah,
about
you're not
strap.
even there.
or if they got like a sack and you still do that. I've seen players do that because they're not
I
open
haven't.
and it's a covered sack.
Oh, I see.
Right, which still kind of exists. I think covered sack
That's even.
exists.
I would give them that. But when it's like over and I can't even, don't strap.
Oh, you don't
That's
like
stupid.
that? Huh?
Yeah.
So I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you because in our first episode, I talked a little bit about. I got a lot of heat from it, and from this one a lot. The WNFC versus WFA. If you take WFA Pro and you take the WNFC, which league is more competitive, right? Now we're gonna strip out the competition. We're gonna strip it down just to the league, and I want to know what you feel like the WNFC brings league-wise versus the WFA. Why should people come to WNFC?
I think Odessa Jenkins is the reason why people should come to the WNFC.
Elaborate.
I say that just because OJ to me is like a player coach, player owner, player everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I think she kind of embodies what we want to be after this. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's like she had an amazing career. Like at running back and stuff like that. So I just feel she has the experience all around with everything. And I see her go to bat for this league and women empowerment, like everywhere, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. It's just the marketing, man. Like she gets out there herself in Dillo and just go do it,
Yeah, I think so. We interviewed Ninji on the episode before this, and she talks about what it's like being a player, coach, owner, and she's
All the
just
above,
like,
yep.
yeah, she's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different. We have coaches come from, male coaches from like college or whatever, and they come and it's different coaching female players.
Yeah.
Like it's different. It's a little bit of a different sport. Like it's the same sport, but you got to coach a little bit differently. You got to do things differently. You got to like approach your players differently. You got to say like, we're doing this because differently. So I appreciate someone being at the top that has done this before. That's
Absolutely.
a female player. Like that
Absolutely.
makes a difference. I think that's.
I do too. I think that
Totally.
too, big time.
So you feel like the league itself is in good hands because of the person leading it?
Absolutely.
That's fair.
If I were to like really kind of like throw it out there, I would think that if any league were to get paid first, it would be the WNFC. That's kind of.
I mean, the marketing is always going to be top tier. It's always going to be, in my opinion, better than a WFA. I don't even think it's close, right? That's something I don't think anybody can argue with. Nobody will disagree with that.
Right.
But when it's stripped down, like, yes, you guys have sponsorships, right? Adidas, Rydell, that you wear.
Right.
But it's like, it's for me, in my opinion, from an outsider, it's more like they're getting the benefits of women football players wearing it, because what benefit do you guys get wearing their gear? It's not like it's free, right? You guys still have to pay for uniforms.
To my knowledge, we get one free uniform, one free set every year. But if you add like a number or something like that, they have to pay for all the ones you have. You have to pay for
So you
them
do get
after
one
that.
free set.
Yeah, as well.
So we get free uniforms,
Yeah.
You get free?
all three.
Yeah.
All three. But that's based off of like our personal sponsorship. It's not like a league thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
That is different.
But that's Rich's marketing. So
Rich's
someone
marketing.
that comes from marketing, I do marketing for a living, it makes a difference. And eventually, because of the marketing, the WNFC and the WFA is just going to be like a gradual thing where it's just not even going to be.
Yeah.
Marketing is it's hard to tell what the ROI is on marketing, what the return on investment is, but eventually you figure it out. It's like a gradual increase. It might not be right away, but marketing is what's going to take the WNFC.
Girl,
It
I like
is.
how you threw that ROI up in there. Yeah, hold on, talk about
She's
educate these
smart.
folks while we on
She
this
did all the time, I
podcast.
forgot.
Educate these folks while we on. And then she gave you an example.
She
of
gave
what
me
it
an
was.
example.
Okay,
She's an
return on
investor.
investment, baby.
So
Okay,
the
Lex.
thing I find is crazy and ironic that as far apart as WNFC and WFA are in marketing, right? Because
Right.
the WFA often gets clowned for its marketing tactics. It still brings in sponsorships. Like, you know, we've been at the Tom Benson Stadium, Hall of Fame Stadium, over the last 5 years for championship weekend, right? That's an NFL stadium. Right. We've been on ESPN. We've had a deal for the last 5 years, and now it's just renewed. We're on the All Women's Sports Network now, right, which is Whoopi Goldberg's new women's sports network that she invested in, and now teams are going to be able to receive a cut from the viewership. So it's like, despite the lack of marketing, and I agree, there is a lack of really productive marketing and video footage. The WFA still finds a way to bring out, like, to get out sponsorships. And then one of the other things I think is cool that this year the WFA is doing, that first time that they've done it, is there's never been an offensive. I mean, there's never been a league MVP of the entire league. There's always been like an East and a West offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year and MVP for both sides.
So they changed that?
So this year, one of the cool things that they're doing is there's a league MVP and there's a stipend for it. So back in November, 12 players from each pro team, one player from each pro team, which was 12 players, were selected as a nominee as who could win the potential league MVP. We were all flown out to California in January, where we did like video shoots and all that stuff. There's a documentary following 2 players that's going to come out at the end of the season. But the winner of the league MVP received a $1,000 stipend for 2026 season, $1,000 in team swag, which I think is awesome, and then like brand new gear, helmets, shoulder pads, cleats, all the above, which I think is big, because that's a lot of money that's
absolutely
being put into an MVP,
right?
Which a couple years ago I don't think that was even heard of. So I think they're doing things to help with the revenue part of it for players as well, like, you know.
And I think that sounds a little bit more important than what we were kind of talking about. But, you know, I mean, at the same token, I think OJ sees the bigger picture in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything you're saying right now, whatever sounds very good to, like, player. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, it's kind of like that apples and oranges thing. You know what I'm saying? You go where you're comfortable. You know, that's why so many people can coexist in the same field, because there's so many people in this world. So I just think either way it goes, if you find your niche, stay with your niche. And I think OJ has one. I think Lisa has one.
Yeah, they're very different.
Still coexist.
Yeah, and there's no secret that they're very different in terms of their like, how crazy would it be if the leagues did combine? Like, wow. Like, if you take the best of the WFA, best of WNFC, do you think that is actually the start of, like, getting an actual product on the field where we can sell to investors and marketers and TV channels and all that?
Absolutely. I think the product itself, I think Lisa has some good ideas. I think OJ has some good ideas. But, you know, like, when it comes to people in power, everybody wants to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And I doubt that'll ever happen. But if they were to combine the leagues together, man, I think that would be phenomenal. Because, I mean, you could kind of, like, split it up like the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, how they have the different divisions and stuff like that or whatever, and you can go from there. And I think you can add more games then, because you'll have, like, more,
there
you
would
know,
be so
people
many
around.
players.
32 teams. Every NFL team adopts a women's team, I think.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
absolutely.
there should be a Utah team, even though there's not a Utah NFL team.
she's Utah till she dies, taken to the grave.
Even though Utah's not doing great this year.
Yeah,
that's the Falcons.
We all have rebuilding years.
The new WFA Salt Lake City Wildcats, who actually is brand new, and what's Sam Gordon, who started, like, was, you know, made headlines when she was like 8. Yeah, she's now on that team. That's so cool. She's a grown woman now at this point, which is wild to think of.
She's her team is a celebrity. Yeah. At this point, she spoke at the NFL thing. Yeah,
and her team is
crazy.
Dominating. Yeah. They've scored like 115 points or something like that in 2 games. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Cool. They just won like 60-0 or something like that. 60-8.
Following them.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So she's shining big time.
She's shining. So all the talent went to the Wildcats in the WFA. Sorry about that.
Stupid. Wait, what you mentioned the Hall of Fame Stadium. I just want to tell you a funny story about one time. So for the All-Pro game, you know how we like start before the actual championship game. It was like the day of. We're in the locker room, and I wanted to get to the field before everyone else to just like look at the field. I do this thing. I like think about it, visualize. And I didn't know where I was. So I accidentally took a left, and I left all my stuff. I left like my phone. I left everything I needed. I just had like a football and like my gloves and whatever. And I accidentally went into some part that was like, I don't know what it was. It was like a part with like doors, but all the doors on the inside of that were locked. So I went to the inside of it, and I was like, shit, I don't have my phone. I don't have my watch. I don't have anything. And all these doors are locked. And I was just like, I'm going to be fucking stuck in here forever. Like, nobody's going to know where I am. Like,
Girl.
have you ever seen Rookie of the Year? Where he gets, like, stuck in between the two doors until the end of the game. Then he's like, I was like, I'm going to be stuck
So
in this
how did you get out?
forever.
Yeah, how did you
I was just, like, banging on one of the doors. And actually, I think it was Jenna opened it. Or maybe it was Lisa Horton, somebody from Pittsburgh.
God.
And I was like, thank you.
Pittsburgh's to go.
We were stuck
Were you
there for,
panicking?
like, 15 minutes.
Were you panicking?
Yeah.
I would
my
be
God.
panicking.
It was smaller than, like, this little area. Because I was, like, it's supposed to be a door that you go into a door, you know? But then there were two doors on the side. I tried all of them, and I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I would have
Fucking
lost
stuck.
my mind.
That's like horror movie type
That
of
was the
deal.
last time I was
Absolutely.
at that stadium. So I don't want to go back there.
So that's what it was. The stadium freaked her out, and so she just was like, "I gotta go."
Yeah, I was like, I can't be here anymore.
I'm still reeling.
That's okay. We still play flag together.
Yeah,
Yay.
at least she didn't leave you completely.
Yeah.
When are we gonna be teammates?
Oh,
That's a good question. I don't know. It might be sooner than you think.
if I started a team, would you guys be on it?
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
So
Why did
you
you
would
hesitate? You hesitate?
so you'd leave
Yeah, she
Mississippi.
hesitated.
You'd
Wow.
leave Mississippi to be on like a team that just started.
It depends on who's on it.
Okay. Well, I'm your quarterback.
Okay.
You gonna come?
I could be a coach, receiver.
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Because we're not doing coach, owners, players, league owners.
Well, it
We're not doing that.
So none of those people can play.
No. I'm not being teammates with another. Sorry, Ninji. Love you. No.
What? Why not? They're doing great. They have a good record.
No.
It doesn't work?
No.
Why not? It's working.
Next question.
Absolutely.
How is it dating someone from another team?
We've talked about. All right. So we've talked about on one of our episodes the dynamics and the challenges of dating of women football players. We've talked about the challenges in dating within the women's football community, and it's a small community,
Right.
and everything that comes with, especially from another team. And you happen to be dating somebody who may or may not be named, up to you, from another
knows.
team. So, what is
Yeah,
your
everybody
perspective
knows.
on dating in the women's football world?
Well, this is actually probably my first time. Yeah, for sure, dating.
A football player?
Yeah.
First time.
I usually date outside of the sport, you know.
Good for you.
Like, I usually don't date people that are in sports because, like, both of y'all gonna be banged up, you know. Who's gonna take care of me when I get home, you know, stuff like that. So I'm not typically used to dating somebody that plays too, but I think it meshes pretty well. A lot of people was asking me like, "You sure?" Like, I guess because of her personality, it's really out loud and outspoken. But
No. Who are we talking about here?
everybody know I talk to Pinky. The
Thumb?
Pink. Yeah.
The pink.
The pink.
You can't handle the pink. That's what they said to you. They said, the pink, you can't handle the pink.
Yeah, I guess that's probably what they were kind of getting at. Like, you sure you want to deal with her? You sure you want to handle that? But I mean,
So how did that happen? Because I'm curious.
It's like it was some
Spill the
yin
beans,
yang.
because I don't think a lot of us know.
Well, when we came here to play them last year, we were here and we won, of course. Of course.
You didn't have to say it like that.
But then they, of course, we did the after party and stuff like that. And when we came out of the locker room, because we saw you too. I saw you too. You, me and you were
Yeah. I
talking,
did see you. Yep.
And Fo knew her, and she came over there and spoke to Fo, and then hugged me, and I was just like, Fo, who is this woman?
So she gave you a random hug.
She gave me a random hug. When I was just like, I don't even know this woman. I was like, who is that? She played like that when she left. You know, if I was like, yeah, you don't know Pinky? I was like, no. Am I supposed to know Pinky? You know, and she was just like, number 22. I said, huh? I said, nah, man. I said, she got nails. She ain't played today. Lo and behold, or whatever, I go back and watch film or whatever. She did tackle me whenever I got a first down or whatever. So she did play. But anyways, we went out. And the whole time we were out, like, one of my teammates was, like, staring at her. I mean, I was looking at her, too, but I was just like,
Which teammate?
I can't tell you
Shall
that.
not be
Oh,
named.
wow. So you had to fight for this
You had
position.
to fight for it.
It wasn't really a fight.
Oh,
but,
okay.
you know, so, I mean, yeah, I kind of cut my eyes over there a little bit. And my mouth is reckless. So I don't know. She was like, they were inviting us back to her and Sean's place at the time. And I said something smart, and she grabbed my neck.
Like, what was it?
I don't even remember
Come
what
on,
I
what
said.
was it?
But all I know is she grabbed my neck, and it was just like, ha. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She
one
had
of those
you from
moves. Yeah, and it was like, we went to their house. And then I don't know, like it was just a vibe, you know, and it was just like I really kind of like this woman, but nothing ever happened. Then I waited for like, I want to say like 2 weeks. No, it was like a week, because I think me and Fo, we went to Houston after that. And I think that's whenever we started talking.
So it was the neck grab that got you.
It was a neck grab.
No, I think it was the vibes that we had, because like it was a bunch of like us and like a few of them, and we're just kind of like all vibing. It was just like everybody could tell in the room that it was just like we had something. So it was just, that's what it was.
So who really like was the initiator? Like, was it Pinky because she grabbed your neck? Was that like the initiation?
Well, I think that
Or
that
did
aggression
you
right
were
there
you
was
like you had some confidence at that point? You're like, my hat, let me put the hat back on front, walk over there smoothly, put the hat backwards.
I don't know.
Play some Barry Manilow.
I mean, everything was pretty mutual, I think. I don't know. Like, I've never had somebody just, you know, be
Grab you
that
by the
aggressive.
Grab you by the neck without
Especially
knowing
not
you.
knowing me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't even know each other. I don't even think we knew each other's names.
So that's how I like to be approached. It's just
But
like,
I did ask about her. I think I asked Sean about her.
So that wasn't your first kiss that night. It was a week later.
No, it wasn't even a week later.
Oh, so
It
you
was a
waited
long
second.
time.
Oh.
I think the first kiss was playoffs. Yeah, playoffs.
Damn, I was there. And I
That was a
didn't
long
even know.
time. Like, so we had started talking probably from April until like there's probably never been a day that we've gone without talking to each other. And like soon as we met each other like that.
so April of last year. So when did it become official? Because this is women's football and we U-Haul real quick.
October, I think, right?
Really? You waited until October?
Well, I mean, you have
Lynn
to
Lewis.
think about it.
Lynn
Like,
Lewis, flag football.
You have to
Okay.
think about it. All of us have like these weird relationships that we've been in, and kind of like our non-negotiables and stuff. So you kind of want to make sure, you know, these days.
Well, we need more people mature like you, because there's a lot of people who just go with what they feel and they go on a whim and they're like, all right, we're in a relationship after a week of knowing each other.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't even kiss Tab till a month in.
Yeah.
that's
Oh, yeah. I remember
Time
you.
for me.
would
We're
have-
not long distance. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Damn. So it's been since April, and technically April, but you started dating in October, like officially.
I
Okay.
showed a lot of restraint, of course.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you, sir.
Thank you.
So that's your only perspective on that. So it's been good so far. So you haven't had any negative.
Oh yeah, we've had some negative. I don't like her half the time.
Okay.
But the other half is good.
I know she don't like me. But I mean, you know what? Relationship is perfect though. I mean, you got to find your person that you're willing to grow with and deal with. So,
What are your challenges being long distance and both playing women's football and being long distance?
I'm an Aquarius, so space is okay for me. I don't think it's really good for her though. Like, she doesn't enjoy it. She doesn't like it. So
Wait, what is her sign?
Aquarius.
Oh, she's Aquarius too?
I am.
Oh, wait. what is
She's
she?
a Gemini.
Oh, that says a lot.
A Gemini.
Everyone
Look, I had
says
to say
that
it,
Gemini
Gemini.
has two personalities.
They really
Do
do.
you feel like
I think she
that's-
has multiple, but I can't get mad at her because I have multiple. Yeah.
What's one of your personalities?
I don't know. I can be bitchy.
She likes to be choked.
It's just the mood.
We know that now.
It's just the moods. You know what I'm saying? Like when I meet people, I mean, it literally takes me 2 seconds to kind of figure out a little bit. Like if I like you or I don't like you. So if I start acting different, that's because I figure something out about you and I'm not fucking. Ooh, can I curse on you?
Yeah.
And I don't like what I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those people or whatever that, like, my soul connections and stuff like that, I can feel things. So it's just, I can
like
tell
me
when
that
you
way, too.
bullshitting me.
Speaking of moods, I
you
feel
go.
like I feel like we can tell your mood because when you post
Uh-oh.
when you post these moods that you're feeling, these videos of you and Pinky, and like you're like clearly like have hard eyes up and down. I mean, some of them are like, you know, super sensual type of videos.
Yeah.
So we know when you're in moods,
Yeah.
certain moods.
Yeah.
At least me, I've seen the videos. I'm like, okay, she's held down, she's whipped. No, not whipped. Are
I
you
might
whipped?
be. I'll take that.
Ooh,
Take that.
Oh,
don't tell her that.
shit.
She's a good woman.
She's a good one.
So we're gonna pivot to this game.
Okay, all right.
Cool.
We're gonna pivot to this.
It's called
game.
Flag on the Play.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna give you like an example.
Okay.
She'll give you like a
She already
situation.
laughing and shit.
We're gonna give you like a
man.
situation.
So it's not like a typical flag, right? Like flag, like horse collar or whatever. Like I got, yesterday or whatever.
Okay.
I'm okay. Yeah, no. But so this is like excessive like self-love, or something like that. Like 15 yards for whatever. So
Unnecessary drama. You want to
I'm
use
gonna give you
sports
a
terms.
scenario, and you're gonna call like what flag that is. So a person who calls for the ball every single play and drops it every single time.
Ooh.
What kind of flag is that?
Whew, that's an embarrassing play. Like flag on the play. Because no way if you feel like you're open and then when you do get the pass, you drop it. Like,
That's an embarrassing flag.
that's
How many
embarrassing.
yards do you think that is?
That's 20 yards.
20 yards.
Yeah,
20.
20 yards, flag on the play. Because why you calling for this motherfucker if you can't catch it?
I've experienced that.
I would call that an excessive self-confidence flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would,
Excessive.
Very excessive.
and sit on the bench
Mm-hmm.
because you can't. Butterfingers, Crisco hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so shows up late to practice with a Starbucks.
Just selfish flag on the play. Like, cause where's ours?
Right?
That's a good point.
And it's like a double macchiato. I don't even know.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Come on.
I don't like Starbucks though.
You don't?
Starbucks.
I'm not one of those typical white girls that like Starbucks.
You don't like coffee though, right?
I'm not a big,
Yeah, I love coffee.
it's gonna go through me.
Like, it goes
Keep the
through you.
Starbucks to yourself. Once upon a time, Lexi gave me pre-workout
Oh my god.
before she
That's a
took me
funny
through a
story.
workout, and
Oh my
I
God.
couldn't stay off the.
What kind was it?
What was it?
It
Was it the bomb?
it was bucked up from.
You crazy.
It was
Oh wait, what was it? Oh,
terrible.
I remember.
I
Yeah,
don't know, it was
the
terrible.
blue
What?
one.
It's good.
Blue razzmatazz
Raz?
or whatever.
Yeah, it was terrible. Never again.
You don't like
Bucked up.
pre-workout?
Mm-mm.
You was going crazy.
Hell no.
It went right through her.
Oh,
Yep.
probably some
The
kind of
workout was
ingredient.
over. The workout was over.
It never started.
Never
Honestly, we were on the stair stepper.
and then got everything going, and
Yeah.
at that point, workout's over.
Had to go. Well,
But you felt lighter. Yeah, you felt, it worked. Next question. So, the player brought their boo to the game
okay.
and made out on the sideline after a loss.
What? I don't know what kind of flag that is, but I ain't no making out after I done lost. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm in my feelings, so that's disrespectful. That's a disrespectful flag on the play.
Yeah, that's like a go home and reflect.
Cause are you high? I'm like, what's up? Like, we just lost. Like, come on.
Make out on the sideline.
Okay.
Too much.
So she fumbled a snap, blamed it on the center, and then posted, "We win as a team" on Instagram.
A contradicting flag on the play. Cause what are you talking about?
Like, how many yards is that?
Who? That got to be personal. I mean, 15 for sure.
Personal.
15 for sure.
At
That's
least.
personal. And
At
no way you gonna
least.
blame
At
it on
least.
me.
At least.
Come on.
That would be more yards for me. That would be like a safety. Like,
Okay.
all of a sudden,
You go all the
it's
way
a
back.
safety. Yeah, I don't even know.
You lose, yeah.
That's a pick 9.
Yeah,
Pick 9.
that's a big nine.
Pick 9. Lord.
So a quarterback who calls audibles the whole game but doesn't actually know the playbook.
Oh wow. That's just awful. That's awful. I mean, hey, that just needs to be, to the bench type stuff. I don't know what kind of flag that would be. Like disqualified out of there.
Disqualified.
Yeah, like
A red card or whatever. in
yeah,
soccer.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
They gotta go.
Red card in soccer.
Yeah. Now we're just going through all the sports. So she wore glitter lashes to the championship but forgot her cleats.
Priorities. Your priorities are jacked up. That's a flag on the play. 15-yard penalty. Matter of fact, turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's
I like that one.
what would you put that as?
That's
I
bad.
mean, you can always buy cleats.
You can always
And
buy.
you-
She can't
you
get the
gotta-
glitter lashes nowhere.
But at that
Lexi.
point, that's her problem. You know what I mean? Like, you got to step on the field with whatever you got. So,
She chose those lashes.
but
over
glitter
those
lashes,
shoes.
I feel like that's a destruction of
That's pushing it.
focus. You know what I mean? Like,
Lashes in
there's gonna
itself
be
is pushing it.
reflections in the eyes. I don't know. Switches teams mid-season.
Ooh, we can't do that, but it just depends on the reason. So no flag on the play.
Oh, damn. Okay.
No flag on the play. If
It's
you could
personal.
switch, yeah, it's personal.
You got what you got to do.
No flag.
No flag.
We pay to play. No flag.
No flag for switching teams.
That's
Nope.
true, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So she celebrates a touchdown while her teammate is injured and down on the field.
You got to kick her off the team. That's not right.
That's not right.
That's not right.
That's just rude.
That's
at
very
that point.
rude.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
That's personal to that
Celebration misconduct.
I'll take that
person.
flag.
That's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebration
How many yards?
misconduct. That's 20. That's
20.
at least 20.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a flag and the touchdown comes back.
Oh, the touchdown comes back. Yeah, the tutty. Bring it back. Yeah, we'll bring that one
I
back.
feel like the trainer should give a stern look.
The
It should be a
trainer.
stern look from the trainer and sit on the bench.
Yeah.
So she only shows up for games but never practice and wonders why she's not starting.
A crybaby flag. Crybaby flag. Because why you ain't coming to practice?
Well, we know in women's football we all can think of
Lies.
players like this.
Mm-hmm.
We can think of
No
players.
practice, no power.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can all
I mean-
think of, or they'll show up like game week.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
You just got to shut up at that point, though. Like, you have no say-so whenever you don't
Yeah.
show up, you know? Yes.
All right, so RJ, we've gone over a little bit of your history, right? You've been a multi-time All-Pro.
Mhm.
You have been a league MVP, which is big. Not everybody can say that. And then you've also been a national champion,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Get your autograph. Let me get your autograph.
Like, it's funny.
Been a
that you
national
sit up there
champion,
and say all
right?
that. I just like,
Well, like it's important because it sounds like you've ran through the spectrum of things that you can do in a career.
absolutely.
Right? And your career hasn't really been that long yet, right? Like you've done a lot in a short amount of time. So why do you continue to play? What's next? Is there anything next that you want to check off on your list
Mhm.
of accomplishments?
I think what's next, in my opinion, I kind of got to do some soul searching a little bit to figure out where I want to be and how I want to be it, because I feel like I have so much talent that I don't feel like I've scratched the surface of.
You sound like her. She says that all the time. And I think
mean,
that's true.
Because when you
You
know,
know
what,
your own potential.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you know what you're capable of, it's hard to make other people believe that. But when you actually get the people that believe in you, that's whenever you excel the most. So
Yeah,
I feel like,
agreed.
you know, it's not me not believing in myself. It's just that people have a different perspective and way that they want to do things. And I just haven't found the people that believe in me the way that I believe in myself. So I think what's next for me, honestly, is to figure out what Regina Jackson really wants, what I want to do, how I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And who's going to be accepted, like, to accept me for what all I have, like, to offer, you know? So that's kind of really what I want.
So you don't feel like that you are getting the most out of your ability?
No, absolutely not.
So you feel like there's just a lot more for you to accomplish or do, or just longevity-wise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, when you think about Regina Jackson, everybody says it. Like, oh, well, she can do this, or she can go here, or she can go there. When you think about Lexi Fleur, what do you think? She's a great receiver, right? When you think about you, they say, what?
I'm a
You're a
good
great
DB.
quarterback.
Good DB.
You know, like, when you look at me, you're saying ATH.
Right.
I don't want by my name to say HTH. You know, ATH. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want to specify in something. I don't care what it is, honestly, but not being able to like be like good at one thing kind of bothers me. I forgot that saying, you know, where they say like a master of
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
yes. Like, I believe in that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to be able to do so many things, but when it comes
Yeah.
to sports, I'm not going to go in the history books being at ATH.
So what would
Right
you
or wrong?
choose? What would you choose to specialize in?
Like, what would you actually choose if you can only play for the
One
rest of your
position.
career? Yeah.
The rest of my position. I would probably choose running back. If I had a good quarterback, I would probably choose running back.
So that's the conclusion of episode 8 of the Peach Pod with RJ3. Did you have fun?
I had a great time.
Oh, okay. It
Where
was
can
good
people
having you.
find your socials?
Don't follow me on social media. I'm not very social. Thanks.
There you have it. So that's it for this episode of the Peach Pod. Subscribe, like, and share so that we can promote women's tackle football or women's sports in general. We're always sponsored by Protagonist Apparel, owned by a female athlete. If you want, check out that website at www.protagonistapparel.com. It's protagonist with a Y. Until next time, keep your pads low and your game high.
This is just two peaches in a pod signing off.